Good morning, learners. How are you today? I'm Teacher Annie, your guide for this lesson. Welcome to this module on volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. After studying this module, you should be able to find the volume of a given cube and a rectangular prism using cubic centimeter and cubic meter. You may now bring out your module, pen and paper so we can start with our lesson. Before we proceed, let us determine how much you already know about volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. Direction: find the volume of the prisms. Write the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. Number 1. What is the volume of a rectangular prism with a length of 15 centimeters, a width of 4 centimeters, and a height of 8 centimeters? Letter A, 540 square centimeters. Letter B, 480 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 28 square centimeters. And letter D, 280 cubic centimeters. Number 2. What is the volume of a cube with a side of 7 centimeters? Letter A, 21 square centimeters. Letter B, 49 square centimeters. Letter C, 343 cubic centimeters. And letter D, 7 cubic centimeters. Number 3. What is the volume of the figure? Letter A, 42 square units. Letter B, 15 square units. Letter C, 60 cubic units. And letter D, 27 cubic units. Number 4. A rectangular pot is 62 centimeters long, 24 centimeters wide, and 28 centimeters high. How much soil will it hold when fully filled? Letter A, 41,664 square centimeters. Letter B, 41,664 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 36,000 square centimeters. And letter D, 36,000 cubic centimeters. Number 5. Find the volume of a cube having an edge of 12 meters. Letter A, 1,200 cubic meters. Letter B, 1,000 cubic meters. Letter C, 1,200 cubic centimeters. And letter D, 1,728 cubic centimeters. Do you want to know if your answers are correct? Put a check if your answer is correct and an X if it is not. Number 1, B. Number 2, C. Number 3, C. Number 4, B. And number 5, D. How many correct answers did you get? If you got a score of 3 or more, very good. But you still need to finish the module. If you got a score of 2 or less, don't worry. I will guide you in this lesson. Can you still recall how to find the area of a rectangle and a square? Let us find out. Find the area of the figures. Choose the letter in the box that corresponds to your answer and write it on the blanks provided. Number 1. What is the area of a rectangle with a length of 6 meters and a width of 4 meters? Number 2. What is the area of a square with a side of 12 centimeters? Number 3. What is the area of a rectangle with a length of 7 centimeters and a height of 15 centimeters. Number 4. What is the area of a square with a side of 8 centimeters? Number 5. What is the area of a square with a side of 20 centimeters? Number 6. What is the area of a rectangle with a length of 10 centimeters and a width of 6 centimeters? What word is formed? Yes, its volume. Very good. In this lesson, we will discuss about volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. You have learned in the previous module that the amount of space occupied by a solid figure is called the volume of the solid. The volume of a solid figure is the number of cubes that can fit inside the entire solid. To find the volume of a cube and a prism, count the number of cubes inside the given solid figure. Can you determine the volume of the rectangular prism if one cube is 1 cubic centimeter? What is the volume of the cube? The answer is 36 cubic centimeters. Did you have a hard time counting the number of cubes? Is there another way to find the volume of cubes and rectangular prisms aside from counting? Let's find out. Volume of rectangular prisms. To get the volume of a rectangular prism, we multiply the area of the base by the height of the prism. Volume of a rectangular prism is equal to the area of the base times height of the prism, or volume is equal to length times width times height, or volume is equal to L times W times H. Example 1. Without counting, let us find the volume of the rectangular prism. We use the formula volume is equal to length times width times height. Substitute the formula with the given values. So volume is equal to 6 centimeters times 4 centimeters times 6 centimeters. Volume is equal to 144 cubic centimeters. Example 2. What is the volume of this figure? Solution. Volume is equal to length times width times height. Substitute the formula with the given values. So volume is equal to 12 centimeters times 2 centimeters times 3 centimeters. Volume is equal to 72 cubic centimeters. Example 3. A jewelry box is 6 centimeters long, 3 centimeters wide, and 10 centimeters high. What is the volume of the jewelry box? Solution. We use the formula volume is equal to length times width times height. Substitute the formula with the given values. So volume is equal to 6 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 10 centimeters. So volume is equal to 180 cubic centimeters. The volume of the jewelry box is 180 cubic centimeters. Volume of cubes. A cube is a solid figure whose length, width, and height are equal. Since all the edges or sides of the cube are equal, then we will use this formula. Volume of a cube is equal to side times side times side, or volume of a cube is equal to S times S times S, or S cubed. Example 1. Without counting, let us find the volume of the given cube. Solution. We use the formula volume is equal to side times side times side. Substitute the formula with the given value. So volume is equal to 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters. So volume is equal to 27 cubic centimeters. Example 2. Find the volume of this cube. Solution: volume is equal to side times side times side. Substitute the formula with the given value. So volume is equal to 5 meters times 5 meters times 5 meters. So volume is equal to 125 cubic meters. For your practice, answer what's more on page 10 of your module. Instruction: find the volume of each figure given its dimensions. Number 1. The figure has a length of 2 centimeters, a width of 6 centimeters, and a height of 4 centimeters. Number 2. The figure has a side of 4 meters. Number 3. The figure has a length of 8 centimeters, a width of 6 centimeters, and a height of 12 centimeters. Number 4. The figure has a side of 11 centimeters. Number 5. The figure has a length of 5 meters, a width of 3 meters, and a height of 8 meters. Shall we check now your papers? Number 1. 48 cubic units. Number 2. 64 cubic meters. Number 3. 576 cubic centimeters. Number 4. 1,331 cubic centimeters. And number 5. 165 cubic meters. How many correct answers did you get? Good job! Open now your module on page 11 and fill in the missing word to complete the sentences in what I have learned. The blank of a solid figure is the number of cubic units the solid figure can hold. It is the amount of space it takes up. To get the volume of a rectangular prism, we use the formula blank. To get the volume of a cube, we use the formula blank. Let us read together what I have learned with the correct answers. The volume of a solid figure is the number of cubic units the solid figure can hold. It is the amount of space it takes up. To get the volume of a rectangular prism, we use the formula volume is equal to length times width times height. To get the volume of a cube, we use the formula volume is equal to side times side times side, or S cubed. Answer now the activities under what I can do. For letter A, draw the figure with their measurements and find their volume. For letter B, read and solve each problem. Number 1. Side is equal to 5 centimeters. Number 2. Length is equal to 4 centimeters. Width is 2 centimeters. And height is 3 centimeters. Number 3. Side is equal to 12 centimeters. Letter B. Number 1. The cabinet is 3 meters by 1 meter by 2 meters. What is the volume of the cabinet? Number 2. A storage room is 15 meters long, 15 meters wide, and 15 meters high. How many cubic meters of space is in the storage room? Let us now check your answers. Letter A, number 1. Volume is equal to 125 cubic centimeters. Number 2. Volume is equal to 24 cubic centimeters. Number 3. Volume is equal to 1,728 cubic centimeters. Letter B. Number 1. 6 cubic centimeters. Number 2. 375 cubic centimeters. How many correct answers did you get? Wow! Very good! You are now ready to answer the post-assessment. For letter A, read and find the volume, then encircle the letter of the correct answer. For letter B, draw a smiling face on the blank if the given answer is correct. If not, write the correct answer. I will give you 10 seconds to answer each question. Number 1. A side of a cube is 13 centimeters. What is its volume? Letter A, 13 cubic centimeters. Letter B, 26 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 2,197 cubic centimeters. And letter D, 5,426 cubic centimeters. Number 2. Find the volume of the box of a cake if it has a length of 20 centimeters, width of 15 centimeters, and height of 7 centimeters. Letter A, 1,090 cubic centimeters. Letter B, 2,100 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 1,009 cubic centimeters, and letter D, 1,990 cubic centimeters. Number 3. What is the volume of the figure below if 1 cube is 1 cubic centimeter? Letter A, 49 square centimeters. Letter B, 343 cubic meters. Letter C, 49 meters. Letter D, 343 square meters. Number 4. What is the volume of the figure below if 1 cube is 1 cubic centimeter? Letter A, 60 cubic centimeters. Letter B, 48 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 76 cubic centimeters. And letter D, 46 cubic centimeters. Number 5. What is the volume of a cube with a 9-meter side? Letter A, 81 cubic meters. Letter B, 27 cubic meters. Letter C, 18 cubic meters. Letter D, 729 cubic meters. Letter B, number 1. A rectangular prism with a length of 6 centimeters, a width of 1 centimeter, and a height of 2 centimeters has a volume of 12 square centimeters. Number 2. A cube with a side of 8 meters has a volume of 64 cubic centimeters. Number 3. A rectangular prism with a length of 6 centimeters, a width of 3 centimeters, and a height of 12 centimeters has a volume of 216 cubic centimeters. Number 5. A rectangular prism with a length of 11 meters, a width of 3 meters, and a height of 5 meters has a volume of 165 cubic meters. Let's check if your answers are correct. Letter A, number 1. C. Number 2, B. Number 3, B. Number 4, A. Number 5, D. Letter B, number 1. 12 cubic centimeters. Number 2, 512 cubic meters. Number 3, smiling face. Number 4, smiling face. And number 5, 165 cubic meters. How many correct answers did you get? Excellent! For the additional activity, look for a cube or a rectangular prism inside your house. Measure its dimensions, then make a sketch of the figure, then solve for its volume. See you again on our next lesson. Bye-bye!